The Chicago Bears may be entering a new era, and a major reason could be a young, electrifying talent named Luther Burden III. For years, Bears fans have been waiting for a spark on special teams, a moment that takes you out of your seat, where the returner becomes the heartbeat of the team. Since Devin Hester's legendary days, that kind of magic has been missing from Soldier Field. But now, with Burden in town, things could finally change. Luther Burden III didn't just come to Chicago to fit in, he came to transform. With a combination of speed, vision, and unshakable confidence, he is aiming to claim the Bears' punt returner job. And if he does, he might give the Bears something they've lacked for more than a decade, the kind of return game that can win football games. Burden made waves as a college freshman, logging 12 punt returns for 151 yards and a touchdown, averaging 12.6 yards per return. That kind of production caught attention. But what stood out even more was his consistency. Even when his role on special teams was reduced in later seasons, he remained a threat every time he touched the ball. The Bears have seen many players cycle through the return role, but few have had the natural explosiveness Burden offers. What sets Burden apart is more than just numbers. It's his fearlessness. He doesn't back down. He accelerates into contact, navigates through chaos, and finds daylight where others see trouble. With elite lateral movement and exceptional field awareness, Burden creates opportunities from seemingly nothing. He faces stiff competition for the job. The Bears brought in Olamide Zaccheaus during the offseason, and veteran Dion Duvernay, a former Pro Bowl returner, also has the skills to contribute. Maurice Alexander is another name in the mix. While players like Travis Homer, Tyler Scott, and Josh Blackwell, all capable contributors, are also battling for special team spots, yet none of them possess Burden's rare combination of natural return instincts and game-breaking potential. If Burden wins the role, it's more than just a special teams upgrade. It's a tactical advantage. When your returner gives you an extra 15 to 20 yards per possession, it changes everything. Suddenly, Caleb Williams and the offense are starting near midfield. The defense gets extra rest. The momentum swings. And there's more to his game. Burden isn't limited to special teams. As a slot receiver, he's already shown he can separate from defenders, find soft spots in zone coverage, and stretch the field horizontally. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson is known for maximizing versatile talent, and Burden could become a key component in Chicago's evolving offensive identity. It's been a long time since the Bears have had a returner who could flip a game. Devin Hester gave fans moments of pure joy. Luther Burden has the tools to bring that feeling back. And if he gets the opportunity, he just might make it a regular occurrence. Trey Hendrickson, the defensive spark Chicago needs. While the offense looks to evolve, the Bears' defense might be on the verge of a transformation too. One name stands out as a possible catalyst: Trey Hendrickson. The veteran pass rusher from Cincinnati is ready to move on, and Chicago could be the perfect destination. Hendrickson has made it clear that he no longer wants to play under his current contract at sea. Tensions have grown in Cincinnati, and the relationship appears strained. That situation presents an opportunity for the Bears to act decisively, and they should. This isn't just any defensive end. Hendrickson is one of the league's most consistent and productive edge rushers. With 53 sacks over the past 4 seasons, he brings more than pressure. He brings fear. Offenses must account for him on every down, and when paired with other talent, his impact multiplies. Imagine a Chicago front line featuring Montez Sweat on one side and Trey Hendrickson on the other. Add in Gervin Dexter and Andrew Billings in the interior, and you have a defensive line capable of collapsing pockets, clogging lanes, and forcing quarterbacks into hurried decisions. Behind them, Jaquan Brisker and Jalen Johnson can capitalize on forced errors. It's a defense that doesn't just react, it dictates. The proposed trade cost? A second-round pick in 2026 and a fifth-rounder. For a player of Hendrickson's caliber, that's a bargain. especially when considering the draft capital the Bears have previously used on players who didn't deliver half the impact Hendrickson could bring immediately. The tactical benefits are enormous. With a stronger pass rush, the Bears' defense becomes aggressive rather than reactive. Ben Johnson, knowing his defense can consistently apply pressure, can take more calculated risks on offense. Quick drives become less risky. The balance between offense and defense improves dramatically. Off the field, Hendrickson brings leadership. He's a proven veteran with playoff experience. He plays with an edge and holds himself accountable. For a team trying to build a winning culture, those intangibles are just as important as sacks and tackles. This wouldn't be the first time the Bears had dominant edge rushers. In 2005, Adewale Ogunleye and Alex Brown terrorized quarterbacks. In 1985, Richard Dent anchored a legendary defense. Hendrickson, while not yet in their class historically, fits that mold. Tough, relentless, and capable of taking over games. Chicago's defense has been solid, but not elite. Bringing in Hendrickson elevates the group. It also signals a shift in mindset. It says the front office is serious about contending, and most importantly, it gives Caleb Williams the support every young quarterback needs. A defense that can give the ball back quickly. Kyle Pitts, the offensive weapon that could redefine Chicago's attack. There's one more piece that could complete the Bears' transformation. Kyle Pitts. The Atlanta Falcons tight end hasn't fully lived up to the massive expectations placed on him since being drafted, but that may be more about his environment than his talent. In the right system, with the right quarterback and coach, Pitts still has the potential to be one of the NFL's most dangerous weapons. At 6 feet 6 inches with elite speed and reach, Pitts is a matchup nightmare. Linebackers can't keep up. Safeties are too small. Cornerbacks struggle to jam him off the line. In Atlanta, however, he was often misused. He was asked to block more than create separation, and the offensive scheme didn't exploit his unique traits. Despite that, Pitts has totaled 2,651 yards and 10 touchdowns in 4 seasons. For a player who's been underutilized, those are strong numbers. But his potential goes far beyond what we've seen so far. In Chicago, he could become the focal point of a reinvented offense. Pair him with DJ Moore, and suddenly defenses are forced to choose. Double Moore, and Pitts finds space. Focus on Pitts, and Moore goes off. Add Cole Kmet, who continues to develop as a reliable target, and now the Bears have a tight end tandem that creates constant matchup problems. Ben Johnson would have a field day. He thrives on pre-snap motion, creative alignments, and exploiting mismatches. Pitts could line up out wide, in the slot, or inline as a traditional tight end. He can run deep routes, screens, and crossers. He opens up the playbook in ways few others can. The Falcons may be open to moving Pitts. He wasn't drafted by the current regime, and his contract situation is approaching a decision point. His value is still high, but it's dropping. This is the moment for Chicago to act. It's not just about talent, it's about fit. Caleb Williams would benefit immensely from a target who creates easy throws and can stretch the field vertically. Pitts is that player. His presence would also help the running game. Defenses couldn't load the box. They'd be forced to spread out, creating more room for inside runs. Think back to when Jay Cutler was in Chicago. The lack of consistent weapons held him back. Or more recently, how Justin Fields often had to do it all himself. The Bears can't afford to make the same mistake with Caleb Williams. This isn't just about adding a name. It's about reshaping the identity of the offense. With Pitts, Moore, Burden, and Kmet, the Bears would have one of the most dynamic and unpredictable skill groups in the league. A new era or missed opportunity? Luther Burden could change games with field position and momentum. Trey Hendrickson could anchor a defense that strikes fear into opponents. Kyle Pitts could be the final piece in turning a young quarterback's promise into stardom. Each move carries weight. Each move sends a message. Together, these three additions don't just fill needs, they create a complete team. Special teams, defense, and offense would all be upgraded in ways that support one another. The Bears haven't had this kind of potential since 2006, and maybe not even then. But potential only matters if the front office has the vision and courage to act. Burden is already here. Hendrickson and Pitts are within reach. The decisions made in the next few weeks could define the next 5 years of Bears football. It's time to make bold moves, not for headlines, not for hype, but to build something that lasts, a team that competes every week, a roster that grows together, and a fan base that believes again. The future is knocking. Will Chicago answer?